You've made it to day 4 of this Yin Yoga bedtime challenge. So welcome back to your yoga mat. If you're not familiar with this Yin Yoga challenge, we're meeting here every day for 30 days in total, just to unwind, stretch, and relax before bedtime. Our focus today will be around the hips, the back, and the legs. So if you're ready to begin, you can come into a seat on your yoga mat. We'll be doing dragonfly pose today. So as always, when we're sitting on the mat, you're welcome to sit up on a cushion or a yoga block. And wherever you are, we want to make sure that our pelvis is rotating forwards. From there, you can spread your feet as wide apart as is comfortable for you. Remember, we don't have to force anything. We don't have to go 100% of the way. In fact, it's recommended to just stay around 80% of your capacity. Now, if your knees are sensitive, you can always have a bend in your knees, and you can even engage your quad muscles a little bit more just to help to protect the knees. If needed, the soles of your feet can be on the floor or on the mat. That's no problem. So once you have found that position that works for you, first we're going to fold over our left leg. So take a moment to lengthen up through your spine, rotate towards that left leg, and then fold your upper body down over it. Now we're imagining that our nose is trying to touch this left knee, but of course there's absolutely no requirement to do that. Keep both of your seat bones pressing firmly into whatever you're sitting on. Relax your jaw. Soften your face. Listen out for those little sensations which will be presenting themselves to you now. Maybe within your lower back on the right side, perhaps within your groin or around your hamstrings. We'll hold here for 3 minutes in total, just listening to those sensations. Following your breath and letting gravity gently sink you into the pose. It's time now to push yourself slowly back up to the center. Straightening your spine again and just pausing for a breath or two when you're there. This time we'll fold towards the right leg, so you can rotate and then allow your upper body to pour over this right leg, finding that position that feels around 80% of your capacity. Pausing here for the next 3 minutes. Now you can push yourself away from the mat, finding that central position again and pausing when you're there. Now we'll fold straight down the center. So let's check in on those hips again, making sure that the pelvis is rotating forward. And then you can start to slowly walk your hands away from you, rounding your spine and dropping your head. We'll stay here for 3 minutes again. This time noticing what new sensations are arising within your body. You also might be able to explore your edges a little bit more if you feel as though you've reached the maximum stretch in the position that you're in. Then you might be able to walk your hands a little bit further away from you. Maybe drop your head a little bit lower. Stay on that edge for a while and just wait for the invitation to go deeper again if it comes. And if you feel as though you can't go deeper into the pose, that's absolutely fine. Yoga will always meet you where you are. So just take this time to focus on what you do feel. Focus on your breath. And then I'll let you know when it's time to come back out. It's time to come out of the pose. Slowly making your way back to center. Pausing when you're there, and if you wish to, you can bring your legs back in or bring them to a more comfortable position. Just taking a few breaths here to tune into the effect of dragonfly pose. When you're ready to do so, you can make your way down to lie on the back of your body. From here, we'll do some windshield wipers, so you can have your feet about mat with distance apart. And then slowly drop the knees from side to side. You can always pause in any sticky spots if that feels good. Your neck and shoulders might have felt heavy when you were in dragonfly pose, so you can take this opportunity to really allow them to relax into the mat. And since you're in that area, relax your jaw, soften your face, and just let the floor beneath you support the entire weight of your body. The next time that your knees are back in the center, you can keep them there. And then we'll bring both knees up towards the chest. Keep the feet beside each other for this pose. Don't cross your ankles, even though it's tempting. And then if you can wrap your arms around your knees. And we'll stay here in air releasing pose for the next 3 minutes. So once again, we have a really nice pose for the lower back. Also helps to open up through the glutes and within your hips. And you're also providing a little massage to your internal organs. As you breathe, you're compressing them slightly with your legs. Tap into whatever sensation you're feeling the most. Observe your breath. And just try your best to enjoy this hug until I let you know when it's time to come back. Slowly start to unfurl now. You can either come into corpse pose lying long on the mat, or you might widen your feet and rest your knees against each other. And once again, feeling the effects of the pose as you take a quiet breath or two. From here you can come into banana pose. So if your legs aren't already long on the mat, you can stretch them out. For now, bring your hands onto your hips, and your hips will stay in the center of the mat as you step both of your feet into the bottom right corner of the mat. Then head and shoulders can float for a moment as they move towards the top left corner of the mat. Option to extend your arms up past your head here if that feels good for your shoulders. And to come deeper into banana pose, you can cross your ankles. It might feel a little bit deeper to bring your right ankle over your left, but it's yogi's choice. And then you can also hold your right wrist in your left hand, gently pulling that right arm up and away from the body. We'll hold here for 3 minutes. So if you feel satisfied that you're at your appropriate edge, you can just settle into the pose. If you feel as though you can go a little bit deeper, you can try to curve your body even more into that banana shape, just making sure you keep your hips in the center of your mat. Wherever you are, start to tap into that sensation that you feel all within the right side of your body. Here, your breath really plays a part in releasing tension. As you inhale, you expand your muscle, and as you exhale, you carry the tension out of your body. If your arms are over your head, you can bring them back to your hips now, resting them for a moment. And then you can start to transition to the opposite side, stepping your feet into the bottom right corner, and then your head and shoulders towards the top. Once again, arms can reach up over your head. This time maybe holding your left wrist in your right hand and crossing your left ankle over your right. Once you feel the stretch, settle into the stillness. Let your awareness gravitate to the sensation you feel within the left side of your body. Once again, your hands can come back to the hips. Feet and shoulders can find the center line again. And you might just spread out into corpse pose here, widening your arms and legs, having your palms facing up. Feeling the effects of all the poses that you've practiced this evening. Feeling that new calm energy just traveling around your body, visiting every single cell. Stay here for longer if you can. You can click into this 10-minute guided relaxation video now if you do want some guidance. And if you enjoyed this video, make sure to leave it a thumbs up and subscribe if you're not already subscribed. I'll see you back here tomorrow evening on the mat for day 5. But until then, take good care of yourself. Good night and goodbye.